Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a 10-minute back to school routine, and this is for like technically you just can't be bothered to get out of bed and you're in a rush and you just want to look put together. This is just going to be a fresh, cute, natural little makeup look. So grab your makeup bags and let's get started. If you see me looking by here, it's because I got a mirror. I will link all the products I'm using, but you can just use whatever you are. You don't have to use the same products as me. But first I'm going to take like a skin tint, or you can just do like a small pump of foundation. I'm going to take the skin tint as it gives like an even skin tone on my face but without it looking too heavy. But if you're using foundation, I would use like a damp beauty blender as it absorbs the product a little bit more. Taking my damp beauty sponge and just blending it out. It's been a while since I've been to school. I think it's been like 9 years since I've been out to school. And I used to love school. Like while I was in school and stuff like that, like I hated it, but as soon as I got out of school I just wish that I could be back there and just see everyone. Like I just miss everyone's faces, not gonna lie. I wish though like the UK schools was like America schools in a way, like where you can just wear whatever clothing you want and you don't have to wear uniform. As they were quite strict with our uniform, like we weren't allowed to wear like skinny jeans or anything like that. I can remember when I bought the skinny trousers, I bought like the trouser material, and they stopped me at the reception and they had to feel my trouser segment, otherwise I had to get sent home if I didn't have the right proper trousers for school. But with shoes wise, they allowed anything as long as they were all black, and I just used to wear all black Converses. I hated like the flared school trousers. There was nothing worse. And I'm not sure if schools do allow makeup now these days. When I was in school, I used to wear like just foundation, powder bronzer, a mascara, a little bit of lipstick and eyebrows done. That was it. Never used to wear like the full glam type of thing, like liquids and then powders and then like blush and all that type of stuff. My sister was in the same school as me and she wasn't allowed to wear like false nails or anything like that, so it was a bit weird. Most of the girls in my school, when I was in school, I'm sure they had like false nails on and stuff like that. I used to wear false nails anyway. Now I'm just going to take some liquid bronzer. I'm not going to use too much of this, just like a small dot around the perimeters of my face. Some in the eyelids to make everything cohesive. I ain't going to like put too much makeup on it, just in case like the schools that you go to don't allow makeup, so I can just show basically like putting makeup on but without looking too much so you can get away with it type of thing. But I'm just blending that out, keeping it where I placed it. Please let me know if your schools are strict, because like I said, when I was in school they weren't that strict with us. The only thing that they were strict with was with the uniform. As you can see, it's just like a subtle bronze around the perimeters of my face. Nothing too crazy. And yes, I do look very glowy, but powder will fix that. Just going to go in with some cream or liquid blush, any type of blush, and I'm just going to place like a dot on each side of my cheek. Just like that. You probably could get away with wearing a lot of blush, as like it can like give that like effect of just that you're naturally blushing type of thing. Let me know if you would want to see me recreate like my old school makeup look. So I think I would be happy to do that. Blend this up into the hairline so it just looks a bit more natural and you can't see like where like it ends type of thing. It's time for concealer. And I'm just going to place this under the eye so I don't look too tired, just like that. And some on the forehead just to give it like a brighter look. And you can just place the concealer any way you want, a little bit more coverage if like the foundation or the skin tint isn't covered as much as you want, like pimples or anything like that, or just like even cleaning up the bronzer to give you more of that like snatched look. I just like to tap this in and then start moving it up to the eye and look while looking up as it gets right underneath that lash line. Also, let me know if you ever went to prom when you was in school, or if you are currently in school and you're going to prom soon. As I never went to prom, like I had a big I was debating a lot of the time going to prom and that, but I decided to go and see Justin Bieber instead. And when I went to see Justin Bieber, it was exactly on my prom date, so I couldn't like so I couldn't just like go and see Justin Bieber and then go to prom. So I had to choose, and I was like, do I go to prom? Do I not go to prom? Should I just go and see Justin Bieber? Like, even my mother was like, right, you got to make a decision now, because this is doing my head in type of thing. And I decided to go and see Justin Bieber, and to be honest, I don't regret it because he haven't toured since. And yeah, I know prom is like a special thing, but to be honest, I didn't really want to like just hang around my teachers and friends and just wear big poofy dresses. Like back a few years ago, I was like I kept wishing that I went to prom, but then like now I'm old and I'm like glad I didn't in a way. Plus I didn't want to go to prom either because none of my friends went to prom, and I just didn't want to be the only one like basically bothering with the people I didn't bother with in school. I thought that I would feel like just like a little follower, which I did. I don't like stuff like that. Maybe like one or two of my friends did go to prom, like it probably would have been a different story, but like I said, so grateful and thankful that I went to see Justin Bieber instead. It was the best night of my life. And we was really close as well when we went to see Justin Bieber. Put a little bit of that concealer on my chin by here because I have got a spot. Back when I was back in school, like I got away with a lot of stuff. Like our teachers weren't that strict, I wouldn't say personally. Like we had some strict teachers, and then other teachers were just so laid back. Especially when it came to our last year, they didn't really give any shits, to be honest. Not to be like thing or anything, but I wasn't like a goody two shoes or anything. But I was in my first couple of years and stuff like that. Like I think we was taking our GCSEs since year 9, and in year 9 I took catering and child development. In year 10 I took what was it now? I think it was PE and history, and then in year 11 I took media studies and art, photography specifically, because the art option that we had, it was only photography. We didn't like drawing or anything like that, so we pretty much had to take pictures and then edit them on the computer for our exams and stuff. But I didn't really like, it was easy like subject to do, but my favourite like GCSE I took was probably catering, history and media studies. Literally I loved it so much. PE was quite hard and I failed that, but they did give me an option to redo it again. I was like, nah, I really don't want to do it again. I don't care if I failed. Wish I took drama, but on my last year it didn't give me an option, and I was only really into like drama and stuff like that when I was in the last year of comp. I'm just going to use the most tiniest bit of this Charlotte Tilbury powder so we don't get no creases. I'm just going to make sure I blend out the concealer before I apply a powder. Just like so. Not too much, like I said, because we don't want it to look cakey or anything like that. And this Charlotte Tilbury would be perfect. I know it's a lot of money, but it would be perfect for school because it'll give you that like blurred skin. I wish I had this when I was in comp, like literally. But not to toot my own horn or anything, but I don't find that I really needed anything like that, like to blur my skin, because I had quite good skin when I was in comp. But now, more that I'm older, more my skin is getting even worse. I'm just going to place this powder anywhere. I don't want to be too glowy, as I don't want to look like I'm sweating my tits off. A really good powder to use, which is affordable, is the SHEGLAM one. I think it's called the Instant Ready Duo one. It's like it got like a pressed powder on the top and then a loose powder on the bottom. And I think it's only like £7, something like that. But it claims that it's waterproof, so if you're looking for something to make your makeup last all day, I would suggest that one. I am now going to go in with powder bronzer, but I'm not going to take too much. I'm just going to set the corresponding liquid bronzer, as this will like not move around, and by the like dinner time or the end of school time, like your makeup will still look like you got makeup on, sort of. Obviously if you're allowed to wear makeup, you can apply more than this. I'm just doing it as in just in case no one can't, like no one is allowed to wear makeup in school. I do really like a bronze forehead. I don't know if that's anyone else, but that is me, and I do like a bronze forehead a lot. I'm also going to go in with the same bronzer and do a little bit of nose contour. Nothing too crazy, just like a little dusting. I'm also going to take that bronzer into the crease, just to set that liquid bronzer that we place in the crease as well. Just like that. Nothing too crazy. I would love if you guys as well would like put your makeup routines in the comments and I could like try and recreate them. Like I might not have the products that you use, but if I do it in the same order and whatever you do, maybe it will still work out the same. Which it should really, because products don't really matter as long as you're doing it in the right order and the right steps and stuff like that. Take a little bit more of that powder just around my T-zone area, because I do look very glowy right now. Time for powder blush. Like I said with like the powder bronzer, I'm not going to take too much of this. I'm just going to, plus this is pigment blush as well. I only have to dab it in once like that. And just watch I'll pick, like, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's super pigmented. Don't need a lot of this blush. So if you are looking to buy like an House Flowers blush, I would suggest that they are well worth the money. They are expensive, but like I said, like a little goes a long way, and you only have to tap it in there once, and it gives off, especially with this shade anyway, and this is the shade Watermelon Bliss. I'm just gonna place that where I placed the cream blush. Leave it here and just go to school like this, but if you're feeling a little bit extra, you can add some highlighter and mascara like I'm gonna do. Most of the time when I was in school, I didn't really wear that much makeup as I was quite lazy and I never really woke up for my alarm, and I didn't start getting ready till about 20 minutes before I had to leave, so it wasn't like, so didn't have no time to do any of this. On the days that I did want to wear makeup, I would make sure I would get out of bed. I wasn't really like a big makeup girly when I was in school. Only until like I got into like year 9 or year 10, it was something like that I started wearing a bit more makeup than I normally would. Like before, I just used to just chuck mascara, a little bit of lip balm, and then foundation, and that was I think it was bronzer as well, and that was it, and just be done with it. But then when I got a bit older in comp, like I said, I started applying foundation, lipstick, eyebrows, mascara, bronzer and highlighter. Like I couldn't live without highlighter. You can just apply a little bit of highlighter on the high points of your cheekbones just for that extra glow if you want it, and some on the brow bone. I'm using my R.E.M highlighter, which is smashed to pieces, which I don't know how this broke, but it did, and I'm gutted about it. I'm also just going to dust some in the inner corner as well. I also like, I don't know about any of you, but I like to put on the lower part of my lash line, like in the centre, as I find like when the light hits on it to make your eyes look more awake and less tired. I like to apply some mascara, and I'm just going to wiggle it on the ends of my lashes first, just like this, and then move on to the other eye and do the same, and then wait like maybe like 30 seconds and then go in from the root up. I don't know why, but for me I find this way to make my eyelashes look more longer, especially if you curl your lashes with like an eyelash curler to make them look like, I find it make them last longer with a curl. But everyone is different and it might not work for you. Then I like to add a little bit of liner. It's so weird to like do like makeup, like a makeup routine like this now with like the way people do their makeup these days, because like I said, when I was in school, like never used to do my makeup like this. But if I was in school now, I would definitely be doing my makeup like this every day. And I'm going to go in with the same blush that I used the first time and just apply that onto the lips, just to give like your lips a little bit of colour. And then instead of a gloss, go in with some lip balm, and it just makes your lips look so juicy and glossy. Super natural, clean, fresh and cute makeup look. I hope you try this for going back to school, and if you have, let me know in the comments so I can know if it worked for you. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and please let me know what I should do next.